What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, now I'm giving people time to get into this room and join me in the conversation. Hello, Latifa. It's good to see you. Hello, 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 everybody. Come on now. I'm giving y'all a couple of minutes. That's why I was holding on, giving people time to get in the room. But we're getting ready to just have this quick conversation. So I want you guys to get ready to talk to me. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed to this channel. Click the notification bell so that you get all notification when this show is live. And when we're not live, you will know when I post a show. That way you can share your comments with me and I can get back to you at a later date and time. Come on, come on, come on. It's Sunday and I'm ready to have the conversation. That's right. That is right. It's always something, honey. Peace in the Middle East. Okay. Let's just get it. What's up, everyone? Hi, hi, hi. It's your girl D from the Voice Gathering Live podcast show. We are in the building. I just wanted to come in today and have a conversation with you. As you can see, we're just about to chop it up on self-preservation and what that means to you. Definitely going to tell you what it means to me. So how has everybody been doing? It's been a minute since we have been talking. I want to give a thank you to all of you who always come and show up for the show on Sundays when we're doing Cocktails Confessions with my team. But today we're just here. It's just you and I. You and I. You and I. So let me look over here. Okay. It's all good. All good in the neighborhood. Welcome to Life. I don't remember. Okay. So I wanted to come and have a conversation with you. You know, I have been taking a little bit of inventory about me, the people I've come in contact with, people who share with me about people they come in contact with. And I thought, what better conversation to have than right now, especially as we're coming to whatever part of this pandemic we're in. What have you learned about self-preservation? And what does that look like for you? How have you walked into the space to protect yourself? Have you learned how to put on your mask and not worry about everybody else, but first your own mask? Have you learned that? Because I have to tell you, for me, I have been learning how to put on my own mask and keep it on and be unapologetic about wearing my own mask and guarding my own breath, my own sanity, my own peace. Me, I'm learning how to do that. And I'm like, okay, well, if I'm learning how to do that, then let's talk to other people about how they're doing it. What are you doing to protect you? How are you faring in saving yourself? You know, we oftentimes are looking at other people and trying to figure out how to help people, how to get them to put on their life vest and just save themselves from all the stuff that's going on in their lives. You know, we are this ear, this post for people to lean on. And oftentimes we forget about our own needs, our own peace. And everybody else is filling up that space with their stuff. And do you ever notice that you can never go back to those people and dump your stuff because they don't have any room, because they're still filled with their own stuff? I've learned that. I'm still learning that. And I am getting better at recognizing it for what it is. You know, we talk about mental health in the Black community, and oftentimes we don't talk about how we got there. What contributed to us getting to a place where we're so bad off that we can't even think for ourselves, right? We can't figure it out. And for me, that has been always putting others first. And Many people don't like to talk about that. There's a lot of people who like to make you feel guilty about talking about what you need because they're so used to sucking up this space in the air that they don't care about what you need. They are not caring about that at all. They have no care whatsoever about what you need. They say they do. They say, listen, if you need anything, let me know. And I think for some people, they believe that. They have some good intentions of, if you need something, let me know. But you know what I find out is that when you tell them you need it, you can't find them, or there's an excuse on how they want to give it to you. So let's break this thing down, right? And all of this is under the umbrella of self-preservation. All of it is. So we're going to kind of break this thing and chop it up and just kind of look at it in its totality. But when a person says to you, listen, I'm there for you. I got you, whatever you need. My question to you is it more important that a person say they got you, but they're going to do that how they see fit? Or is it more important to you that they say they got you and they will do it to how you need them to do it? Which one is for you? I have my thoughts about how I see it, but which one is for you? Self-preservation. Which one is for you? Is it more important that they got you, or is it more important that they got you the way you need to be? You need them to have you. Is that more important? Because I've come across people who say that they will stand by you thick as thieves. And you know, the funny thing of it is, I'm talking about this show, and I thought this was such a good topic to talk about it because it's kind of, I'm in that space, and I think some people will make this more personal than it needs to be, right? And they won't ask the question. They won't say, let me make sure before I rush to judgment, is this show about me? Or is this show about something else? And why should you feel guilty for grabbing your breath, putting on your oxygen tank, and getting the next breath you need to keep taking steps forward? Does it mean that there's love lost between those who say they got you, but they don't have you the way you need them to have you? Because again, I go back to that question. Is it more important for a person to have you the way they want to have you, or the way you need them to have you? I would say for me, it's more important for you to have me the way I need you to. Because if I need you to be here in five positions, but you're only willing to give me a half position, is that enough? Is it enough? I would tell you, for me, it's not enough. You know, I'm never going to ask for more than I think a person can give me, right? And I give a person the opportunity to tell me how they want to give. I do. I truly, truly do. I give people the space to figure it out of how they want to be there, right? And then I will show up the way I need them to show up for me and see if they can match that. And when they can't match it, I have been the person to just kind of hide it, shut up about it, don't say anything about it. I overpraise people for giving 2% when I was hoping they would give me 5%. And then people try to make you feel bad and say, well, you have no expectations. But I think that's a cowardly way of getting out of a situation. Have no expectations. Don't have any expectations from the people you are close to. Now, mind you, this may be in your marriage, on your job, in your social relationships, at your church, with your neighbors. It can be in any space. It can be in any space. But there's a way of there's this way people take of trying to make you feel guilty or bad for asking for what they say you can ask them for. I don't get it. See, my thing is being able to show up and give you what I would want you to give me. You know, that old cliche that came, treat people how you want to be treated, that's a big thing. Baby, when I tell you that's a big thing, that is a big thing. It's big. It's the principle which I stand on. I am going to give you exactly, if the roles were reversed, what I would want you to give me. That way that I'm not cheating you, and when you show up, hopefully you won't cheat me. This world is a 360-degree world, right? It rotates. It comes back. That's what they say. What goes out must return back. So I try to, in my space, give good stuff, good substance, that when I make a deposit in a friendship, a marriage, my church, my community, I am looking to withdraw something out of those same sub-departments so that when I am depleted or in need, I'm not vacant for anything. And I hate when people jump to conclusions when conversations like this, or a topic, for an example, rush to a conclusion. Let's all be adults. Let's all be strong. Let's all be supportive. Let's all be open. Because there's no growth, and you can't know how to help me, be there for me, or I don't know how to help you or be there for you if there's no dialogue. Self-preservation. If I am on a plane that's coming down, I don't care who I'm on the plane with, I am not going to put on your oxygen mask before I put on mine. It do us no good if I am trying to put on a mask on you when you have the ability to put it on yourself, or I can put on my own mask and then help you put on your mask. And oftentimes, I think many have been guilty of putting on other people's mask and forgetting our own mask. Making sure you got your oxygen, but I am gasping for air. I believe in being unapologetic about my truth. Absolutely, I agree about that. I agree. Be unapologetic. Show up truly who you are so people know who they're dealing with. Because if they don't know who they're dealing with, then how can you expect them to show up for you? And again, this conversation was solidified after I went to a Zoom honoree of some people last night. And the topic of that conversation, which is so familiar to a show I did last year called I'm Over It. And the platform last night was I'm over it. So I'm in this thing watching these women get honored for their work in the ministry, in their ministry. I'm watching these women get their accolades and just people loving on them for the ministry. Now, mind you, I know people want to run and say, oh, the ministry is from the church or what they're doing in the church. For some, yes, but your ministry is whatever you do. Let's be clear. It's whatever you do. That is your ministry. So, like the person said last night, if you are making donuts, make the best donuts. That's your ministry. If you are a clinician, that's your ministry. If you are a doctor or a nurse, a janitor, wash the dishes, that is your ministry. You do it to the best of your ability. That is what your ministry is. See, all of this is going to make sense when we get to the end of this. And this is going to be a quick show. All of this will make sense to you. Because it made sense to me. It solidified that Diamond changed the show topic for tomorrow, which is today, because I went to that honor platform last night. And it was solidified. Self-preservation. Nobody is going to make you feel bad for putting on your mask if they are truly there for you. They're not going to make you feel guilty. They're not going to try to throw in subliminal messages your way because you put on your mask. I mean, I had people literally, honey, reach over and try to snatch my mask off in my face. They have. Because my goal, my mission, my drive, my desires aren't theirs. If you say you're going to come over here and help me paint a drywall, and you say you're going to be here at this time, but you don't show up. Okay. You didn't show up. I'm not hating on you or angry with you at all about it. You didn't show up. If you let me not say make me, if you try to do certain things that I would say, well, let me question you for a second. Why is this a big thing? And you're not trying to make it a big thing. But I think it's a person's internal guilt that they flip around on you because they know that they've hurt you some kind of way. They have considered their own feelings more than they have contributed to what your feelings are. Isn't that amazing how you just turned this around and made this about you? When I was the one depleted of oxygen, when I was the one who needed a mask, when I was the one who needed the support. Isn't it funny how you made this about you? See, I have come into contact with people like that. Now, again, this is not about anybody specific. So if you are reading into this in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, just say, hey, go in the chat, say, I got a question. Or better yet, if you think it's about you, slide in my DM. Because this is not about anybody specifically. I'm talking about self-preservation because I was in a conversation with a friend of mine. And this friend was telling me about a situation. And I'm listening to the conversation and I'm like, well, what is this person doing? Why aren't they thinking clearly? Why aren't they putting their mask on? Why are they projecting their feelings in a different way and trying to make it about somebody else opposed to it's about you? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. And as I listen to the person, I'm like, okay, this doesn't make sense to me. What is this individual doing? There is steps that I take in my life that I think are very important. And they're important for me because they are what sustain me. They are what keep me going. It pushes me forward. It propels me to reach higher marks. It propels me to look for the inner lining. It propels me. I've learned a very long time ago as a child that you better figure out how to protect you, because if you don't, people are going to walk over on you. I have had people in my own circle of family circle who we aren't close. See, this is a transparency show. Let's just keep it 100, okay? We're not close, and we should be very close if you look at what the family dynamic says a family is, right? We're not close because I don't choose to smother myself to make you happy or make you feel more important than you really are. I mean, if you're going to be important, we all need to be important. It can't be just about you. Right? You can't say, well, this is what you paint this picture of me, hypothetically, of me to everybody else. Oh, she this, she that, she this, she that, right? And yet, but you got your stuff tucked in the corner, hiding, so people can make their judgment based on a one-sided story. So when I decide to put on the parachute of self-preservation and do my thing, then I'm look like, oh, she got attitude. She gets into her mood. She don't want to be bothered. That's not it at all. It's just that I'm not trying to hang you out there to dry the way you're trying to hang me out there to dry. See, self-preservation within the family. Come on. We need to understand that as much as you believe you are important, someone else is just as important. And maybe not to the degree you are or you feel you are. To someone else, they are. it's almost scary to speak your truth, because speaking your truth when people can't understand, it's your truth. Like, let's turn this around. And thank you for the comments, people. I'm going to come over there and read them. I want to read them. Thank you, ladies. It's good to see Dawn in the comments. It's good to see Kendra in the comments. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for showing up. Just the beginning. Just the beginning. It's always just the beginning. A new day, a new beginning. It's something when if you hold on to the person's secret to the point that it's causing you to feel sick. Yes, there's something wrong with the person, but there's something wrong with you that you need to fix. And I have to tell you, I had to fix something. I had to look at this in a different light. I had to say, wait a minute, girl. Wait. Are you saying that the person that you're protecting their feelings are more important than your feelings? And although I didn't see it in that light or want to recognize it in that light, I was saying that. I was indirectly saying that your feelings and your secret is more important than my peace of mind and me. And you know what's something? People say that if more than one person saying the same thing, then maybe it's true. But then I'm going to challenge you that if more than one person saying it, maybe it's not true. Maybe the person that's telling you this is a very good manipulator. They're a very good liar. They're very good at causing drama and then hiding their hand. Seriously. Just because a lot of people are talking about it doesn't make it true. Many people said that Jesus wasn't the Messiah, but they lied. He was. He is. So I'm just saying, just because a whole bunch of people are talking about it, that person may be a good sower of seeds, vile seeds. And people who are harvesting those seeds are okay with harvesting those seeds. See, I'm the kind of person that if it's something that even if it seems believable, if it's something that I'm like, oh, really? Let me harvest this. Well, you could best believe I'm going to harvest it and I want to find out. It's not about being nosy. It's about having clarity. See, that's part of self-preservation. Don't be taken by the hype. Find out what's going on. Ask the question. Many of us are really afraid to lose people in our lives because we don't want to be alone. So our self-preservation is out the window. Let everyone else smother us with all of their toxic ways. Drown us out, wash us out. Don't even give us any inclination of they're there for us, they're supporting us, they got us. None of that. They want to wash us completely out as long as the focus is not on them in a way that make people say, wait a minute. I've been looking over here the whole time. I should have been looking over there. Right? Come on. Really? We are so afraid of being alone that, oh, you my family member. We're blood that I'm willing for you to continue to be toxic around me, scandalize my name, all of these different things because we're family. I don't choose that. And I have to tell you, transparency, I have been looked at as, oh, you know how she is. I have been judged as that person. On the job, oh honey, let's not talk about the job. Oh, you know, I don't deal with her. When it has nothing to do with you. See, that's where being unapologetic and knowing who you are works for you. Because once you know who you are, what your motives are, what your intentions are, once you know that, you don't have to worry about other people. Now, you don't have to worry about what other people think or say. I get it. If you're curious, well, why are you thinking that way? Let's just talk. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this thing that You seem to be misled, misinformed. Let's have a conversation. Let's just clear the air and start a fresh slate, because something is missing. And what's most importantly, probably missing, is the communication. Let's see what we got here, Kendra. Get me the way I need. Give me the way I need. Unfortunately, I feel like people use that phrase, I got you, loosely. Say that again, Kendra. I also think that a person who can use the help needs specific meaning, details, different voids that needs to be filled, so that a person who desires to help can get in where they fit in. Interesting. Okay, hello, Dawn. Yes, then they all call you mean. So true. So true. Honey, mean is lightly. You get called some nasty names. They go in your dungeon and start trying to pull out old bones and stuff, right? Labels and lies and all these different things, because they're not in a space. We can call it a mature space. We can call it in a comfortable space. You can call it any kind of space, but it is a space where they can come to you and have a conversation. Right? And be unapologetic about getting ready to be sorry if they got it wrong. I love communication. Is communication easy all the time? It's not. It's not easy. It's not easy for someone you care about or someone you respect on your job, right? So when I say respect on your job, I may not love you, I may not like you, but I respect you because we work in the same space. And if you create an opportunity for there to be respect there, that's what I'm going to give you, even if we don't break bread during lunchtime. I can give you that respect because we work in the same space. There's some people, honey, cannot even give you that. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. But they care enough to turn the corner and just talk about you, make up lies about you, and all those different things. And when you go into self-preservation to protect yourself, because that's the first inkling to go, is to protect you. When there's a situation, fight, flee, and run. It's something you're doing to protect yourself. So if you're going to stand up and say, well, wait, can we have a conversation? Can we talk? Oftentimes they come to the table defensive because they know they're guilty. So therefore they don't want to talk. Now they're reacting. Their head is swinging. Their hands is rotating because they don't want to have the conversation. This little piece of hair on my bun is getting on my nerves. Real talk. Okay. Sorry, guys. So anyway, so they're already reacting. They're reacting because what? They're guilty. They're not coming and say, oh, I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong? Was it something I might have said that I was not aware of? And oh, by God, if they say, well, if you think I need to give you an apology, then I'm sorry. What? Wait, what? If I think? No, I don't think. Probably for sure I know that you should, but does it matter if you give me an apology if I tell you you should apologize? No. Let's move this in another step, right? So I'm going to use a lot of me in this conversation. I want to use a lot of me in the conversation because I like to open up the space for let's bring that on up here, because that's what we like to do. I like to open up this space for real talk. And I like to open up that space for real talk because if we can't keep it real, then you guys coming to my show, anybody that's going to come to the show once the show is aired, if you see me not authentically real, then it's probably a waste of your time to come to the show. I would love for people to come to the show. But if I got a straight following of 6 people who show up every time that thing go ding, my girl is on. Ding, voice gathering is on. Whatever. That's who's supposed to be here. See, I'm doing my homework on the back end when the show is not running. I am looking at Diamond. I'm looking at her and saying, okay, look at this, Diamond. What do you need to change up? what part of this is yours and what part isn't yours. And what part that's not yours is okay for you to leave it. It's okay for you to put on your mask first. Worry about your own breath. Worry about your own peace of mind. Worry about that first. And then you can help other people. You can show up for other people. But if you are gasping for air, you're emotionally drained, you're broken in the spirit, there's no way in the world you're going to be able to show up for anybody, any place, anytime, anywhere. Just not going to have it. You're not going to be able to do it. I don't want people to get half of me. I want you to get all of me because you know what you're getting. But if you don't know what you're getting from me, then why would you feel comfortable coming even to talk to me about anything? Real talk. Real talk. And you know what another thing is? When people jump to the conclusion, well, I know why she mad, or I know why my husband is feeling this way, or I know why my children are feeling that way. You know, because you probably did something. Probably, keyword. You probably did something, and you just didn't take ownership for it. That's all. That's all. And the part of the growth is taking ownership of what it is that you did. Taking ownership of what your part is. Saying to the other person, listen, you matter to me. And I noticed that I've probably said something or done something that I'm not clearly aware because I feel a shift. And since I feel a shift, let me do something different. It doesn't hurt. It actually tells the person how strong, how real you are. And that person can invest even deeper to the next level. Because for me, relationships have levels. They have levels. When I don't know you, that level is very surface, but respectful. Listen, if I don't speak to you, that's respect. Trust me. Why would you want me speaking to you and I don't know you? You don't care if I speak to you. Why would you want that? So the relationships has different levels. For me, the first meeting of that level is respect. I am giving you space. We're walking past each other. I'm not greeting you with a negative attitude. I'm minding my own business. That is respect. It is absolutely respect. Next level, we sit down and we're talking. We're sharing, exchanging words. Whether it's surface or not, I am there for it. I'm respecting you because you have my attention. I am in the midst of that conversation. It's respect. Next level, you come to talk to me about something intimate. I'm not here to tell your secrets or tell what you shared. If you needed if you wanted to broadcast that to a multitude of people, grab yourself a mic and do that. You didn't come to me to tell me your secret, so I would tell it to other people. That's respect. Let's take it to the next level. You get my phone number. I got your number. You call me in the wee hours or whatever. You call me. You need me. You're not calling me and asking me. Waiting to hear all of these excuses. Either I can do what you're calling me to do, or I cannot. And it's my delivery, my communication of how I'm going to say to you, oh, I can't do it right now. Is it possible I do it? Whatever. Transparency. I have I would call this person a good friend of mine. I'm going to leave that person nameless. I'm going to leave the person's sex nameless. That way we don't have to assume, well, who is she talking about? So this friend of mine, is such a sweet person, such a sweet, dear person. And the friend of mine, I think is in a situation that they don't know how to get out of. And again, this is all assumption because I tried to create a space to have a conversation about it. Sorry, guys. Have a mint. Trying to create a space to have the conversation. And the conversation didn't happen. It was supposed to happen, and it didn't happen. And there was some confusion about the timing. And part of me wanted to say, okay, let me create a different time for this to happen. And I had to remember self-preservation. Diamond, you did your part. You did your part. Now you leave it alone and allow the person to do their part. I am a controller by nature. I am. I own that. I like to control things in a way that gets what I need done. So if I want to talk to you, I like to control. I'm going to call you. Right? Excuse me, guys. This mint is totally wearing me thin. I like to create that space where I can control it. And again, going back to, I don't have to wait for you to call me. If I want to talk to you, I'm thinking about you, I pick up the phone and I call. And those few people, and it's a very small group of people, small. I mean, I'm telling you, it's not even 5 people, not even 4, that I will call on a consistent basis. They normally don't have to wait for me to call because I call them. Because when I think about them, and maybe that's too much for them, right? But I am a person who likes to love on people through my support, my showing up for them, reaching out to them, whatever it is I'm doing. I like to be that person. And in this case, I'm talking about the friend. I felt that I needed to have a conversation with this friend. So I extended a platform for that friend and I to have a conversation. And we were supposed to talk, and the conversation didn't happen. And they got the timing mixed up, and they thought that it was going to be one time, and it was not that time. It was a different time, and asked me if I could do it during the week. And I was like, I can't because I'm working. And now I'm like, and I don't think the person truly knows, right? Because I don't want to send it in a text message, and I don't want to kind of do it by fly-by conversation. I want to create a space where we can sit down and have the conversation. You know, I had a friend that I thought was my friend, who is upset with me. It was during the time that I lost my aunt, and I was mourning, and not even baby, just mourning. And I didn't know how to talk about that, right? And the friend was upset with me because I wasn't reaching out to them, or the person I thought was my friend. Wasn't reaching out to them. And I had to tell the person, well, I wasn't talking to anyone because I was grieving and trying to get my breath. And they explained to me that they were concerned, and I was like, I truly appreciate it. I truly, truly do. I do. And I said, listen, we talked about it. I called the person because, mind you, the person didn't call me to talk about their feelings. That person just stopped talking to me. And mind you, I'm the one that's grieving. Someone in my family just died. And they stopped talking to me because I wasn't answering them during the time I was grieving. And I reached out to the person and had the conversation with them, and I talked to them about it. And I thought everything was clear, that it was not me ignoring them. It was just a process. I truly appreciated them reaching out to me. And I really cared about this friend. And trust and believe, I thought it was squash. And behold, it was not. There was a whole nother kind of conversation that I was not privy to that was happening. So maybe that person put on their life vest, got their breath, and felt that what they needed to do was to preserve their air, their flow, their movement, their peace of mind. And you know what I had to do? I had to respect them and be like, oops, Okay? So there goes that friend. I don't shy away from the life lessons, even the tough ones. And I've had my share of tough relationships, meaning that they were rough. They were true. But I do know that if you do not allow a person to be who they truly are, you'll never know who you're truly dealing with. And I allow that to happen. And I respect this person to this day. I have no hardship towards this person. None whatsoever. Because the issue isn't mine. It was never mine. So I didn't choose to pick up that baggage and walk with that luggage and feel guilty about something that I didn't even know what was going on. I mean, listen, if we're going to fight, give me a chance to know what we're fighting about. Let me know so that I can have my playing part in the situation and not be assuming, well, what's the problem? What did I do? What did I say when I haven't done anything? And this is the thing about people will allow you to smother yourself, drown yourself out, lose your all peace of mind because it makes them feel good. It has nothing to do with you. When we learn to put on our mask, save ourselves, remember that we are important, that we are enough, and that for those who recognize that, it's good. When those who don't recognize it, it's good for them, and it's okay for you. It's okay. It's okay to walk away from family who hurt you to your core and don't add value to your life. It's okay. That relationship has run its course. It's okay to have started a relationship with somebody on your job and all of a sudden that person on the job says, I'm done. I don't want to be bothered with that person. It's okay. It's quite okay. Really, truly, it's okay. But we have to learn that it's okay. We cannot be, or should not be, let me say it for that matter, so consumed with that we're going to lose something if this person walks away from us. The question is, what did you have when they were in that space? Because obviously it was not what you thought it was, if that is for them to just easily walk away from you. I believe in calling it what it is, but I also believe in calling it what it is to the person's face in a way that it could, listen, I'm not talking about going up there, getting ratchet and ghetto and you said, no. If you don't have adult words, then we just definitely cannot talk. If you don't have two sets of ears or one good ear so that you can hear what I'm saying to you, or I'm trying to communicate to you that you choose not to hear, that's not a me thing. That's a you thing. It is okay that we are selfish sometimes. Because if that selfishness keeps you peace of mind, it keeps you on track, it allows you to persevere. If it keeps you in that space, then you are doing a good job. You're doing a tremendous job. And I want to encourage people, put on your mask. Be clear of your intentions. Know what you need. And know how to recognize you're not getting it. And those people who stand by you through the process, through it all, they'll still be there. Thick as thieves. Probably with an apology on their lips. Or you probably will find out that you owe them an apology. But it's okay. I guess I would say if I had $1 for every time somebody walked out of my life that was there, I can probably grab lunch. See, I know who I am. I know what my intentions are in relationships. You know, there's some people say that, oh, I don't need to talk to my friend every day, every month, or every year. But when we talk, we feel like we never stop talking. I have those relationships. I absolutely do. I just happen to be the opposite person. I'm the type of person that I want to have a conversation with you Whenever you cross my mind, if it's something that makes me laugh, I want to share it with you. If there is just hearing your voice, that's just who I am. And I don't want to be sorry about that. Unapologetic. That's who I am. You know me when you get to know me. You be like, listen, Diamond's the kind of girl that she's going to call. She's not going to wait 20 years to call. She's not going to let too much time go by. That's my girlfriend. She calls, she checks in on me. And let's be clear, checking in on you. Not calling and say, can you do me a favor? Actually, it's kind of hard for me to ask people to do me a favor. Feel very guilty, which is part of my thing that I need to work through. Like the people that come to the show, oftentimes it's very difficult to ask people, can you do X, Y, Z? People sometimes remind me, Diamond, if they're going to come, they're going to come. If they're not going to come, don't worry about it. And I'm still working on that because, you know, when you look or when I look to the chats or go back and read the comments later, I'm like, oh, such and such show up. I'm like a little kid in the candy store. I'm so excited that this person showed up that I start calling out people names and stuff. If you go to some other people's YouTube channels, they don't even recognize the people in the chats. They've gotten to a place they don't even recognize. Like, oh, a lot of people showed up. That's good. Some do. I'm not saying that all don't do that, but some do. Some don't. Many don't, actually. I appreciate when people show up. So I'm trying to call everybody's name and stuff like that and, you know, recognize. I'm just that person. I appreciate people. When I love them, I love them. When I'm there for them, I'm there for them. You don't have to question that. And there's a testimony that many people can give to my character when it comes to that. So I'm unapologetic about that. About that I call you when I call you. That I inquire how your family is. All those things are important to me to show you that you are valued in this relationship. And in the same token, I hope I am the same. Putting on my mask is a good thing. You putting on your mask is a great thing. You standing in your truth is a great thing. You telling people what you need is a great thing. It's great. But it's only great to those who see it great, who appreciate it. That's when it's great. It's like looking in a mirror. You think you're cute until you look into the mirror and the mirror says, this is what you really look like. You know what I mean? So I truly, truly, truly need to say this before I wrap up the show. This conversation was not specifically about one person or two people. It was about people. In my life, and maybe you can relate in your own life. And when you look at today's show and think about what it is I'm saying, hopefully you walk away with a number of things. But for sure, walk away with, you know, self-preservation is very important to my livelihood. And in my family, at work, in my social network, I need to remember that always. Not to wait for someone to give me a mask to put on, but come with my own mask. And I don't have to say sorry for doing it. Thank you guys so much for coming into today's show. Conversation went really, really quickly. Self-preservation is number uno. This show is going to be running once a week, not twice a week moving forward. Still collecting the data once a week. And we are looking at either Sundays or Fridays. I'm going to be going with the most number of people that's going to be showing up for the live show. The show is live, but this show really matters when people come after the show as well. So when people come after the show is aired and start commenting and subscribing, if people are going right down there where it has thumbs up, thumbs down, share. There's a share button. If you click it, it brings up YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitter. You can copy the link and share it to Instagram or any other place. Come on. I'm told when you share it, share it. Share this with somebody that you think could benefit from this conversation. I just brought some substance to the table for you guys to feed on. And I encourage you Get your knife and your fork and start cutting what pieces you need. If you don't need it, leave it on the table. But share the information. Hashtag the show, Voices Gathering Live. Hashtag it. Tell people to come on and check us out. They won't regret it. Don't forget, once a week, right now we're doing Sundays until we can find out what's the better day that people were going to come and join the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you aren't getting notifications, make sure you go back to the subscribe button, click the notification bell, refresh that, and subscribe again so that you are getting the notifications. Bring a friend. Get in the comments, and don't forget, this show also will be doing open Zoom conversations. That way we can exchange straight conversations. All right? Look, no pressure. There is no diamonds. Period. Coal goes through a process before it becomes a sparkling diamond. And that is what I have gone through. My parents did a great job giving me that name. So thank you to my parents for that name. And to the rest of you, remember, be good to each other. This life is short. We ain't got no time to waste. Until next time, remember, it's always good to be you. All right, my friends, thanks so much. Make sure you click subscribe, and I will be seeing you next Sunday at 7 o'clock. Stay tuned for the next topic coming. Also, share some suggestions. I'm open to it. All right, have a good one. Good night. Bye. Get on out of here. Bye. Bye-bye.